Beware of pickpockets. Please look after your bag, mobile phone, and valuables at all times.
ご乗車ありがとうございます。お持ちのバッグ、携帯電話などの貴重品の管理には十分ご注意ください。
Pickpockets are so huge here. They play this all the time in the subways, in English, in French. That was in Japanese as well. Beware of pickpockets. You hear this going on because this is the prime place on the metro, on the buses. You really want to make sure you stay safe. There are rings of pickpockets that operate here every day. And getting robbed can absolutely ruin a trip. So I'm going to give you 5 top tips to make sure you stay safe and keep all your belongings with you throughout your time in Paris. So, first things to remember. Now, these are some good things. The first thing to remember is that these pickpockets, all they want to do is to rob you and move on with their day. They don't want a confrontation. They don't want to fight. They don't want any sort of a hassle. So that's really good information. So you don't have to worry about being assaulted, but you do have to worry about making sure your things are secure. On the metro, on the subway, and on the buses. These are common places for people to get robbed. So it's really important to know how to stay safe and how to keep your things safe. So, first things first, your purse. It's a really great way to carry all of your things and secure your belongings. But not every purse is created equally. Of course, if we're talking about avoiding pickpockets, you want to be sure to have a purse that has a zipper or some way to secure your belongings. But just having a zipper is not enough. So, my purse, I got this in Japan by the way, but my purse has a few different compartments. So of course, in these open areas, I'm not going to put anything that's really valuable or special. I just have my umbrella in here because this time of year in Paris, it can always rain. Sirens going by. But my phone, other valuables, my wallet, I keep it in this section, which has a zipper. A zipper is essential to keeping your things safe, but it's not enough. So what I do is I make sure my zipper is both ends are zipped to the front, and I put my purse under my arm like this. A thief cannot get into my belongings this way. I'm absolutely safe. I'm absolutely protected. Now, a zipper, the reason I say a zipper is not enough is because if the zipper was just the other way, I'm not paying attention, the zipper is to the back, a thief absolutely could see me put my stuff in there and get in it. All of a sudden, a purse that could be protecting me, it's not. All right, let's talk about backpacks. Backpacks are a great way to keep your belongings and carry them with you. However, when you are in Paris, all backpacks, when you're on the subway or when you're in public, backpacks need to be on the front. Now, this can look really dorky. It does look kind of dorky and awkward, but you know what? It keeps your things safe, and that's really all that matters. So there have been, I'm in different Facebook groups, travel groups, and I have heard many times where people talk about how their laptops were stolen out of their backpacks when they were on the metro. Those backpacks were not to the front. If their backpacks were to the front, those laptops would not have been stolen out of it. Now, I'm not victim blaming. People should not have to wear their backpacks to the front in order to not be robbed. But that's where we are. But keep in mind, I really don't mind looking dorky. It's almost a problem that I have. I'll do whatever I want, how I look is how I look. I will wear socks with open-toe shoes. I will wear socks with flip-flops. So you can take my advice with a grain of salt about image things, because I'm not really at all that concerned. This third tip should go without saying, but I have to say it because it happens so often. Don't put valuables in your pockets. Do not keep your valuables in your pockets. It sounds so obvious, but a lot of people do it. Letting this metro come. That's the easiest way to rob somebody. We've gone through stealing out of a backpack, stealing out of a purse. This requires a bit more nuance, but it's very doable. Getting stuff out of people's pockets is the easiest way to rob somebody, yet it happens all the time. So don't let this be you. I've heard of people who they're walking down the street and they're listening to music. So they feel like because they're listening to music, they're aware of their phone in that sense that they're protected. But they're not. People have absolutely had their phones robbed right out of their pockets while listening to music. 1 minute the music's on, the next second it's off because your phone has been stolen. So don't keep things in your pockets. It's absolutely not safe. Okay, so now I've told you, don't keep things in your pockets. My husband doesn't even listen to me on this one, okay? He keeps things in his pockets all the time. He says to me, where am I supposed to put it? Not in your pocket. Wear a purse, okay? Carry a briefcase. Okay, but this next tip is for him and for guys like him who don't want to listen to me, or women who don't want to listen to me. If you must keep things in your pocket, which I disagree with, the main thing you can do is keep your hands in your pockets with your belongings. Remember, like I said, these thieves don't want a confrontation. They don't want to fight with you or, struggle with you over your things. They just want to take it. But it's hard to keep your hands in your pockets at all times when you're in transit. The metro is moving, the bus is moving, and you may want to grab onto something and keep yourself stable. So the trick to that is, let's say you're on the metro here. You want to make sure, keep your back along the wall of the metro. Keep yourself so that when the train is moving, you're moving side to side with it. As opposed to, if this is the line of the metro, you could fall. If the train is moving in this direction and you're standing like this, you're not going to be able to keep your hands in your pockets and keep your things safe. Also, keep in mind, a lot of these thieves do work in teams. So one person might distract you, one person might pretend to fall. Okay, they'll pretend to have a fight to maybe get you to help, to free up your hands. I don't know what that was about, but okay. But the minute your hands are free and your items are exposed, you are absolutely vulnerable to having your things stolen. Another thing to remember is that you do not want to have your phone out when you are around crowds. Pickpockets will absolutely come snatch your phone from out of your hand and run off. But they won't do that when you're out in the open. So like right now, I'm out in the streets. I'm not worried about it. But you can see I'm in a quiet area by the Sin. I can see if someone's coming and I could easily chase them down if they tried to rob me. That's not what they want. But if I was in a crowded touristy area, I would absolutely not feel as comfortable having my phone out, doing a recording where someone could just snatch it out of my hand and run off, and there might not be anything I could do about it. So another place you really want to be careful is where I am right now. It's so loud, there's a train here. But when you're on the train coming from the metro, up and down these stairs is a really common place for people to get robbed, because keep in mind there's a lot going on. There are people walking by you, there's the movement of your own body, of your legs, your pants brushing up against you. Because there's movement, because there's a lot going on, it's a really prime place and time to get robbed. So make sure your belongings are extra secured when you're coming on the stairs. And here is a bonus tip for you. It is very Parisian to sit outside, enjoy the day. Can you see behind me? There's like a cafe right there. Even in the winter and the fall, people sit outside in France. So whatever time of year it is, if you are sitting outside, do not leave your phone on the table. It is not safe. There are plenty of places where you can sit, leave your things out, and it's not a problem. Paris is not one of those places. People will absolutely run by, snatch your phone, and keep going. So that's a bonus tip for you. Please don't do it if you're here. We want you to have a good time. Keep all your things and don't leave your stuff out. All right, so that's it for now. I hope these tips have helped you. You want to make sure you stay safe. Keep all your things away from the pickpockets. So make sure you subscribe. Oh my God, it's so loud here. Now, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. There's a lot more to come from here in Paris, all over the world. There's tips, there's conversations. There's a lot coming.
Là, sur mon train,